Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just the Arrowverse as a whole, because we've got a couple of things to go over, plus one fairly big announcement. It's definitely one of the bigger announcements that's come out, I guess, during this entire break that we've been in between the shows. So the Arrowverse has been around for quite a while now. Like, we're approaching 10 years, which is pretty insane. I wonder if they'll do anything special for 10 years. Who knows? But anyway, through that time, we have seen many characters introduced, as well as a good amount of spin-off shows, or just shows appear, all stemming from Arrow, with the first spin-off show, of course, being that of The Flash. Now, of course, Arrow has come to an end last year, and Supergirl will be wrapping up their story later this season in their sixth and final season. But the Arrowverse is such a popular brand, as well as just profitable brand and world for Warner Brothers and the CW, that they will be looking to continue it, across various shows and characters for at least the next 4 to 5 years. Now, we of course have the latest spin-off show of Superman and Lois starting early next year, which looks very promising. But that was the last or the latest to have been announced until now. So it was announced over the past day or so that Black Lightning, which itself wasn't a spin-off show from Arrow, just started. It was a DC show on the CW, then folded into the Arrowverse. But anyway, it was announced over the past day or so that they would be getting their own, or first, might I say, potential spin-off with the character of Khalil Payne, aka Painkiller, getting a backdoor pilot to a show focused on his character, and the show just seems like it's going to be called Painkiller at this stage. Now, the backdoor pilot will take place in episode 7 of their upcoming 4th season, and Black Lightning is set for 13 episodes this season, so this backdoor pilot will be, placed smack bang in the middle, and it's a good fit, I guess, in regards to that amount of episodes. It's not too early, it's not too late in the season, it's right in the middle, good timing. Now, Khalil Payne as a character on Black Lightning has definitely had quite the journey from the point we met him back in season 1. I wasn't even sure if he was going to be a thing on the show, if he was just going to be there and then go away, but he's still there. So he's had quite the journey, and I won't actually. So I was going to put a bit of a pun there, but I might spoils what happens to his character. I think it's in season 2. You should watch the show if you haven't watched it. But the show of Painkiller will be focused on his struggles between his present and past self, as well as where he's going as a person. But they did release a logline, or a pitch for the potential spin-off, and here it is. Khalil Payne is a young man ridden with the guilt of his troubled past from his former life in Freeland City, where, as a super-enhanced killing machine known as Painkiller, he was both a member of Tobias Whale's gang and a weapon of Agent Odell and the shadowy ASA. After attempting to bury the dark and devastatingly lethal Painkiller part of his persona, Khalil has distanced himself away from everyone he knows and loves in a new city, Akashic Valley, or Akashic Valley, one of the two, in order to find peace. But peace never comes easy for men with pasts like Khalil Payne and Painkiller. As his violent, destructive history crashes his idyllic new beginning, Khalil is thrusted back into action with a new mission: bring justice where he once gave out punishment. But to do that, he will first have to deal with and harness his darker side, Painkiller. So this little log line or pitch and stuff like that, it's actually fairly interesting, and it makes you almost seem like it might be a bit of almost like a Jekyll and Hyde thing that might be going on with his character in this show, or at least what they'll present for the entire show. Now, obviously, there's elements of that with his character already, but I'm interested to see how they do it where he's the main focus for multiple episodes. Obviously, at the moment, we're just going to get that backdoor pilot. It'd be interesting to see how they do everything and how they set up the backdoor pilot, whether it's just him or there's other characters involved and he's just the main character for that episode. It'll be interesting. But in regards to the spin-off show, if it does get picked up, will it just be focused solely on him, or will there be another group of powered people there? I don't know. Maybe for the first season, it's mostly just him, and then if it got renewed and stuff, you'd introduce more people, so it becomes more of a team dynamic. But maybe at the beginning it's just him for the most part, and there's some supporting characters here and there. It'd be interesting to see how they do it, because this is probably more of one of the unique spin-offs that we've seen from any of the shows. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they would do it. And also the fact that he'd be leading a new show after being on an already existing show for 4 seasons. So that's it's much different than what we've seen with some of the other spin-offs that we've had. Now, obviously, in regards to whether it could get picked up, it's hard to tell because we haven't seen the episode. We just got that log line, that pitch thing there. I think it sounds fairly interesting, but it just matters whether people get drawn to it or not. And it just matters if they have space there for next season where it would most likely fall in, it'd probably get picked up if they need a show. And also it's like a DC thing, so you automatically get that loyal following that would just watch it anyway. So I think its chances are fairly good. But by the sounds of it, it feels like it would be different than Black Lightning. Like a lot of the Arrowverse shows can feel similar. Not all of them, but like there could be like one that feels very similar to the other, or at least the one it spins out from. This one sounds like it could be fairly different from Black Lightning. Maybe be a bit darker and a bit more psychological because it goes over like both sides of Khalil, like with Painkiller as well. So that's fairly interesting. I think it could be a very unique show. But obviously, with this announcement, it brings up, what about Green Arrow and the Canaries? There's been literally no word on that in regards to either getting picked up or just whether it's not happening. Like, there's no word on it. Everyone's confused. I think it was TV Line. I'll try and link the article down in the description down below. They did include down the bottom that they've had talks, and they're in the know. Like, they're part of Deadline, I think. So they're like in the know. They'd get all these exclusive and stuff just handed to them. So they know all this stuff and have direct contact with the studios. And they say that they've heard that it's still in talks, but the fact that nothing's happened since the end of Arrow is not a good sign. So, and then they're announcing this for a potential spin-off. I'd say Green Arrow and the Canaries is buried, but can they make an announcement as to what's going on with that? It's really confusing. But they could just be keeping Green Arrow and the Canaries on like a lifeline because, as I sort of said earlier, the CW would always be looking for ways to keep the Arrowverse going on and living on in other shows. With shows from this point on looking to just be spin-offs rather than new shows. So we're not going to get something like what Black Lightning was. You can even argue Batwoman, because Batwoman was a spin-off, but she was in like one episode for like 10 minutes. So I don't really count it too much. It was really separated from everything else for the most part. So I'd count even Batwoman as like a singular show like Black Lightning was. So I don't think you want to see too many of them coming, soon. I think it's mostly going to be spin-offs, but that's for us to wait and find out. In regards to other Arrowverse news, there has been talk, I think it was a TV Line, I think it was maybe one of the writers of TV Line was asked a question about promotional material for the shows, and he did hint that Batwoman could or should be getting a trailer by the end of this month. So by the end of November, Batwoman will have a trailer, and he was even suggesting that even at that same time or flowing into early parts of December, we could get trailers that have like a montage of footage from all the other new shows, from all the shows as well. So you get a bit of, they'd release like a minute trailer and have some Flash in there, some Supergirl, some Superman and Lois, some Batwoman, some Legends, some Black Lightning, some Stargirl maybe, various things like that. In regards to some of those shows, they're not premiering until the middle of next year. So they're like 8 months away almost. So they might not want to show stuff there. But in regards to Flash, Superman and Lois, Black Lightning and Batwoman, they start early next year, like within the next 3 months. So those would be shows that they'd want to start promoting in some way, shape or form. So they could do it in that montage form while also giving Batwoman its own specific trailer. And you should also expect something similar with Superman and Lois, seeing it's a completely new show. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they release that, but apparently people that are in talk or have like communication with Warner Brothers, they're in the works and they look to be coming soon. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on this. Would you tune into this Painkiller show? You're going to watch the backdoor pilot at least? I'm intrigued to see what you guys think, or do you think it just sounds like something you're not interested in? I'm curious, let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.